Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Euro USD price analysis. The pair bounced of the resistance level at 1.1345. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 051475. July 6, 1625 GMT. By Rajundal, MSTA. Euro USD trades over 0.5% higher on Monday. The price has bounced off an important resistance but will 1.13 hold. Euro for US dollars hour chart. Euro USD has been trading higher on the Monday as risk sentiment in macro markets improved. The euro is one of the best performing currencies, rising against all of the majors. Analyzing the 4-hour chart below, the key feature is the resistance level. It has been tested for the fourth time on Monday. Only once did the price manage to break through, but the move did not last long. The last 4-hour candle is a shooting star candle, which is traditionally bearish. A confirmation signal for the bearish break would be if the price falls below 1.2397, the previous green candle opening price. The MACD is still positive, the histogram is still in the green, and the signal lines are above the 0 point, adding to the bullish bias. The relative strength index is also still positive. The signal line nearly hit the overbought zone but pulled back slightly in this latest retracement. There is now still some space to move higher. Additional levels. Euro USD. Overview. Today last price 1.1307. Today daily change 0.0058. Today daily change percent 0.52. Today daily open 1.1249. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.1262. Daily SMA 50.1.1078. Daily SMA 100.1.1017. Daily SMA 200.1.1042. Levels. Previous daily high 1.1253. Previous daily low 1.1219. Previous weekly high 1.1303. Previous weekly low 1.1185. Previous monthly high 1.1422. Previous monthly low 1.1097. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 1.124. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 1.1232. Daily pivot point S 1.1.1228. Daily pivot point S 2.1.1207. Daily pivot point S 3.1.1194. Daily pivot point R 1.1.1261. Daily pivot point R 2.1.1274. Daily pivot point R 3.1.1295. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price News and Forecast. XAU/USD is increasingly recognized as a mainstream investment video. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 0726AE. July 6, 10:39 GMT. By NTV Forex Team. Gold eyes key levels for fresh direction. Bias skewed to the upside. Video. Gold opened with weak momentum on Monday in the daily chart, hovering slightly below the new almost 8-year peak registered last week. Nevertheless, the short-term bias is still skewed to the upside. Although frail, the RSI is holding comfortably above its 50 neutral level, while the MACD, despite stabilizing, remains within the positive area and marginally above its red signal line. Meanwhile, the price itself continues to trade above the upward sloping 20-day simple moving average SMA and within the upper bullish Bollinger Band area, keeping hopes of further improvement in the market alive for now. Read more. Gold is increasingly recognized as a mainstream investment. Traders are enjoying a long July 4th holiday weekend as the U.S. stock, bond, and commodity markets, including the NYSE and Nasdaq, were closed on Friday in observance of Independence Day. U.S. commodities markets, including gold and oil futures, as well as the bond market, also were closed for trading Friday. Meanwhile, today's futures of the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial are down by less than 0.5%, after the indexes continued advancing on Thursday in the wake of a stronger than expected U.S. jobs report. Read more. Gold, we could be looking at a significant bull trap. Gold spot, I am still concerned we have hit a short-term and severely overbought conditions as we hold important trend line resistance. We bottomed exactly at the best support at 1761.58 amp, topped exactly at strong resistance at 1778.82. Shorts need stops above 1800 silver spot sideways, but again, risks could be to the downside. Read more. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Eurozone July Centix investor confidence misses estimates with 18.2. EUR/USD stays below 1.13. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 0B4A84. July 6, 0833 GMT. Bidwani Meta. Investor confidence in the Eurozone improved less than expected in July, although the worst not be over yet amid deteriorating expectations. The latest data published by the Centix Research Group showed on Monday the gauge rises to 18.2 in July from 24.8 in June versus a reading of 10.9 expected. The current situation index rose for the second month in a row, to 49.5 from 61.5 in June. The expectations index for the block dipped to 19.5 from 21.8. Centix chief Manfred Hubner said there is a danger that the upswing could run out of steam as early as the summer. About Eurozone Centix investor confidence. Among 1,600 financial analysts and institutional investors, the Centix Investor Confidence is a monthly survey that shows the market opinion about the current economic situation and the expectations for the next semester. The index, released by the Centix GmbH, is composed by 36 different indicators. Usually, a higher reading is seen as positive for the Eurozone, which means positive, or bullish, for the euro, while a lower number is seen negative or bearish for the unique currency FX implications. The shared currency is little changed on the downbeat Eurozone Centix data, as EUR/USD clings to gains just below the 1.1300 level. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex WTI price analysis. WTI has dipped in the US session, but $40.50 looks like an interesting support area. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 0D1A28. July 6, 1903 GMT. By Rajundal, MSTA. is trading 0.79% higher on Monday as risk sentiment remains positive. There is a support level close by at $40.50 that should be watched. WTI 1-hour chart. Like many other of the commodities markets, WTI is struggling with the balance of short-term supply issues and lack demand due to the COVID-19 crisis. Companies like Chesapeake Energy have gone bankrupt in the US due to the recent oil price crash, and this could have affected supply. For the most part, WTI has been trading higher on Friday. More recently, the price has moved lower in the US session. The price is now heading towards a support area at $40.50 per barrel. One of the key features on the chart is the rising wedge pattern marked in black. If there is to be a break in either direction, it could give us an indication of the future trajectory of the commodity. The indicators have started to turn south too. The relative strength index has moved toward the 50 midpoint. The MACD histogram has turned red, but the signal lines are still above the zero line. This could mean that the price is still in an uptrend, and until there is a lower low high price wave, this would still be the case. Additional levels. WTI. Overview. Today last price point 40.66. Today daily change 0.32. Today daily change percent 0.79. Today daily open 40.34. Trends. Daily SMA 20.38.87. Daily SMA 50.32.94. Daily SMA 100.33.39. Daily SMA 200.44.97. Levels. Previous daily high point 40.54. Previous daily low 39.9. Previous weekly high point 40.8. Previous weekly low 37.6. Previous monthly high point 41.65. Previous monthly low 34.45. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 40.3. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 40.15. Daily pivot point S1. 39.98. Daily pivot point S2. 39.62. Daily pivot point S3. 39.34. Daily pivot point R1. 40.62. Daily pivot point R2. 40.9. Daily pivot point R3. 41.26. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex AUD USD to mark an important range breakout above 0.6977. Credit Suisse. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 16F7F6. 18 minutes ago. By NTV Forex Team. AUD USD, which trades at 0.6940. Would complete an ascending bull triangle continuation pattern with a close above 0.6977 whilst support at 0.6872 ideally holds, according to analysts at Credit Suisse. Key quotes. Although a near-term consolidation phase or even a minor correction should be allowed for at this point, we look for another test and eventual break above the 0.6977 high in due course, reinforced by the fact that MACD is close to crossing above MACD and turning outright bullish again. This would then see an ascending bull triangle continuation pattern complete and suggest that further upside is likely. Resistance is seen thereafter at the more important 0.703263 highs. Support is seen initially at 0.6933, then 0.692217, ahead of 0.6902. Where we would expect to see a first attempt to hold. Beneath here can see a move back to the lower end of the triangle at 0.6872, which ideally holds. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price News and Forecast. XAU USD bulls await fresh impetus to conquer $1800. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 173B25. 8 minutes ago. By NTV Forex Team. Gold price analysis. Bulls await fresh impetus to conquer $1800. The flight to safety theme, in the face of rising coronavirus cases and regional lockdowns globally, drove gold to its highest level since November 2011. The price, however, fell an arm's distance short of the $1,800 mark. Let us see how it is positioned for the day ahead. The technical confluences indicator shows that the yellow metal is likely to face a small hurdle near $1,798, 8-year high, before the bulls resume its quest for the 1,800 handle. On a break above the latter, the next resistance is seen at $1,806, the pivot point 1 week R2. Alternatively, the immediate downside could be cushioned at the pivot point 1 week R2 near $1791.50. Read more. Excitement builds for gold longs as $1,800 approaches. Anticipation is building in the gold fraternity, with COVID-19 concerns giving a haven boost to prices overnight. Gold rose 0.60% to $1,795 an ounce, having tested $1,797 an ounce earlier in the session. Gold's grind higher is remorseless and pleasingly, appears to have detached itself from negative equity price action for now. Read more. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex USD CAD bears look to 1.3500 following the WTI spike. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 18C3F6. 1714 GMT. By Dwani Mehta. WTI rebounds to $41 mark, knocks off USD CAD. US dollar bleeds in the NA session as risk on mood persists. The spot risks a break below the 1.3500 level. Broad-based US dollar weakness combined with the WTI rebound has wreaked havoc for USD CAD, as it meanders near two-day lows of 1.3520, down 0.55% on a daily basis. The US oil reversed a temporary dip induced by an unexpected build in the EIA crude stockpiles and briefly regained $41. The rebound in WTI put a fresh bid under the resource-linked Canadian dollar. Meanwhile, the selling interest around the US dollar remains unabated, with the pain further exacerbated by the renewed uptick in the S&P 500 index. Markets dismissed the mixed US coronavirus stats, as they still weigh the odds of an economic recovery in the absence of relevant macroeconomic news. The broad market sentiment and the dollar flows will continue to direct the near-term direction in the CAD pair. USD CAD technical levels. The 200-day SMA level of 1.3500 holds the key to the pair's south run towards 1.3430, explains NTV Forex analyst Anil Panchal notes. Meanwhile, any recovery attempt could face initial resistance at 5 DMA of 1.3556 USD CAD. Additional levels. USD CAD. Overview. Today last price point 1.3524. Today daily change 0.0078. Today daily change percent 0.57. Today daily open point 1.3603. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.3583. Daily SMA 50.1.3744. Daily SMA 100.1.3818. Daily SMA 200.1.3499. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.361. Previous daily low point 1.3525. Previous weekly high point 1.3705. Previous weekly low point 1.3545. Previous monthly high point 1.3802. Previous monthly low point 1.3316. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. Point 1.3577. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. Point 1.3557. Daily pivot point S 1.1.3549. Daily pivot point S 2.1.3494. Daily pivot point S 3.1.3464. Daily pivot point R 1.1.3634. Daily pivot point R 2.1.3664. Daily pivot point R 3.1.3719. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex. GBP USD Chancellor Rishi Sunak's fiscal stimulus plan to stir sterling. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 196894. 8 minutes ago. By NTV Forex team. GBP USD has been rising amid hopes for UK fiscal stimulus and high-level Brexit talks. Today, Chancellor Sunak's speech, US coronavirus figures and geopolitical tensions around Hong Kong are eyed. NTV Forex analyst Yohai Elam briefs key quotes. Chancellor Rishi Sunak is set to lay out measures to kickstart the economy, and some of the ideas have already been released to the press. Previous ideas regarding green investment have been unfavorably compared with parallel schemes in major European countries. Sunak will speak at around 11:30 GMT and investors will pass judgment. For the pound, more spending is better. Chief EU negotiator Michel Barnier visited London and met his British counterpart David Frost for dinner, which included fish. The fate of fisheries is one of the points of contention in talks. While their silence following the encounter may signal progress, headlines coming out from their bosses are less encouraging. PM Johnson told German Chancellor Merkel that the UK is ready to end the transition period without a trade deal. Talks may become more serious only after the summer. US coronavirus figures have resumed their rise after a temporary drop due to the weekend effect. Cases are rising in most US states, with the focus on Florida, Texas, California, and Arizona. Hospitals in Houston are strained and the mortality rate, which was consistently falling, is on the rise again. New figures will be closely watched. Officials at the White House are considering attempting to break the Hong Kong dollar peg to punish China for tightening its grip over the territory, yet investors seem to shrug off such prospects. The HKD remains in demand. Sino-British relations have also worsened after the UK announced it is opening its doors to most residents of its former colony. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price News and Forecast. XAU/USD prices on a steady incline towards $1,800s as USD sinks. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 1A6840. July 6, 1911 GMT. By NTV Forex Team. Gold. The bulls are taking a breather. Anyone trading gold on Friday may just as well have gone back to bed, as the market completed the smallest daily range, just $5 of 2020. Last week we focused on the 4-week uptrend, which had been briefly breached by the non-farm payrolls volatility but essentially remained intact. This support of the uptrend could well be broken simply by consolidation this week. What this does mean is that the bulls who have been driving the market to new multi-year highs last week are just taking a breather. Read more. Gold testing critical resistance ahead of $1,800s. Dollar bears in assistance. XAU/USD is currently trading at $1,785.16, having traveled between a low of $1,769.64 and a high of $1,786.83. Gold is elevated by some 0.6% on the day so far, performing well despite a risk-on environment while the greenback flakes away below a critical hourly support level. Despite the concerns pertaining to COVID-19, the week started off on the front foot in Asian financial markets, with stock indices rallying. Read more. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex EUR/USD rebound remains capped below 1.1300 ahead of EU budget talks. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 1AB02E. 54 minutes ago. By Dwani Mehta. EUR/USD ekes out small gains as US dollar stalls. Tuesday's bounce. Risk sentiment remains tepid amid resurgent coronavirus risks. EU's long-term budget and recovery package talks in the spotlight. EUR/USD consolidates a tepid bounce from two-day lows near 1.1260 ahead of the European Open, as the US dollar bounce seems to have fizzled despite the cautious market mood. The greenback fails to build onto Tuesday's rebound and trims gains across its main competitors. As markets assess the impact of the fresh regional lockdowns reimposed in most major global economies, the US dollar index trades modestly flat at 96.93, retreating from 97.03 highs. The risk sentiment remains fragile, as the optimism over the additional US stimulus talks was overshadowed by the fresh US sanctions threat on China and the continued rise in the coronavirus cases in the US. On the EUR side of the equation, the downbeat German industrial data combined with dour European Commission's economic forecasts collaborated with the weakness in the spot further. The EUR traders remain cautious ahead of the much-awaited negotiations on the European Union's EU long-term budget and the recovery package. European Council President Charles Michel is expected to present his compromise proposal to capitals later this Wednesday. Meanwhile, the speech by the European Central Bank ECB Vice President Luis de Guindos will be eyed for fresh trading incentives. Also, the sentiment on the European indices and USD dynamics will be closely followed amid incoming virus updates worldwide. EUR/USD technical levels. The buyers may take a risk entry while targeting 1.1300 as an immediate gain point, though the major attention will be given to the 1.134555 area, comprising multiple highs since June 16. On the downside, a clear break below 1.126560 support confluence will have a 100-bar SMA level of 1.1250 as an extra filter before revisiting the 1.121520 region, including 200-bar SMA, explains NTV Forex analyst Anil Panchal notes EUR/USD additional levels. EUR/USD. Overview. Today last price point 1.1276. Today daily change 0.0005. Today daily change percent 0.04. Today daily open point 1.1273. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.126. Daily SMA 50.1.1097. Daily SMA 100.1.1027. Daily SMA 200.1.1046. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.1332. Previous daily low point 1.1259. Previous weekly high point 1.1303. Previous weekly low point 1.1185. Previous monthly high point 1.1422. Previous monthly low point 1.1097. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 1.1287. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 1.1304. Daily pivot point S 1.1.1244. Daily pivot point S 2.1.1215. Daily pivot point S 3.1.117. Daily pivot point R 1.1.1318. Daily pivot point R 2.1.1362. Daily pivot point R 3.1.1391. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex today. Chinese optimism downs dollar as investors ignore US coronavirus. Data ID. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 1BF80B. July 6, 0554 GMT. By Yoha Elam. Here is what you need to know on Monday, July 6. Markets are optimistic after Chinese media is bullish about the recovery in the stock market. The rise in Asian stocks is carrying S&P futures up and weighing on the safe haven dollar and yen. Coronavirus continues increasing at a worrying pace and US data is awaited. Chinese optimism. China's Securities Times is saying that a healthy bull market is more important to the economy than ever, while China International Capital Corp is projecting a doubling of shares within the next 5-10 years. Bloomberg reports that the term bull market has is 10 times its 90-day average on Chinese media according to the Beidou Index. Other bullishness. Citi is no longer bearish on risk assets and now look to buy US stocks ahead of the earnings season. Goldman Sachs is very optimistic about Europe amid positive signs for a rebound, action by the European Central Bank, and the EU fund, which is yet to be approved. USGS is not as optimistic about the American economy and revised its gross domestic product growth down to a contraction of 4.6% this year. The influential investment bank notes the new restrictions related to coronavirus and falling consumption. Coronavirus cases continued rising over the weekend in the US, with the total number of cases nearing 2.9 million and deaths closing in on 130,000. The situation in Houston are being compared to that seen in New York in early April and Florida seeing around 10,000 cases per day. An update on the U.S. economy comes from the ISM Non-Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, set to show the services sector is recovering. U.S. non-farm payrolls beat expectations with an increase of 4.8 million in June. The recent surge in COVID-19 cases came after the job reports surveys were taken. Spain has imposed 2 localized lockdowns to bring COVID-19 outbreaks under control. Christine Lagarde, president of the European Central Bank, said that the Eurozone faces 2 years of disinflation. She vowed to keep supporting the economy. The risk-on mood is pushing EUR/USD toward 1.13. UK Andrew Bailey, Governor of the Bank of England, sent a letter asking commercial banks to prepare for negative interest rates, according to the Sunday Times. The BO added to its QE program but refrained from setting sub-zero borrowing costs. Brits returned to the pubs on Saturday as the country continues opening up. GBP/USD is holding up around 1.25. Australia has closed to the border between Victoria and New South Wales following the outbreak around Melbourne. Chinese media has said Beijing will retaliate against Canberra with more tariffs as Australia is contemplating hosting Hong Kong residents. Nevertheless, AUD/USD is benefiting from the risk-on mood, zooming in on 0.70. China has also warned Canada regarding meddling in Hong Kong and warned it could backfire against the Canadian economy. The countries are already at odds as Hawaii ICFO is held in Vancouver, awaiting extradition to the US. USD CAD is trading steadily above 1.35. Oil prices are benefiting from optimism, with WTI trading above $40. Gold is also steady above $1,770. Cryptocurrencies are edging higher, with Bitcoin trading around $9,100. More if the US presidential election were today, but it's not. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price News and Forecast. XAU USD is getting ready for more upside. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 206F02. 7 minutes ago. By NTV Forex team. Why the market is right on gold. Gold surged through the 1,800 level for the first time since 2011, bringing some excitement into what otherwise has been a very quiet Asian and European session with currencies at a standstill and equities tilting lower. The move in gold has been a long time coming as the yellow metal remained bid from the start of the year, rising from 1,500 level as G3 central banks ballooned their balance sheets. The move has been slow and steady, suggesting that this may be a structural rather than tactical shift, with some investors expecting an inflationary knock-on effect from the current global monetary expansion. Read more. Gold is getting ready for more upside. Gold is in a strong uptrend which has been going quite well for bulls. Buying the dips is the option if the price retraces to POC zones. Gold is challenging 1,800. If we see a drop to 1,770 or 1,752 zone, new buyers should emerge and bring the price up again. We can spot a steady zigzag pattern which mark the strong and continuous uptrend. Besides WL3 Camarilla pivot which is supportive for gold, additional confluence is made by Bollinger Bands and 89 EMA within the first POC. The target is MH3 pivot 1812. Read more. XAU USD outlook. Bulls crack important barrier that may open way for significant advance. Spot gold cracked psychological $1,800 barrier on Wednesday, after taking out September 2012 high at $1,795, hitting the level for the first time since Nov 2011. The yellow metal is in steep uptrend since August 2018. With stronger fluctuation seen in March this year when coronavirus crisis became global. Gold price dropped from $1,700 to $1,450 but rebounded quickly, keeping the uptrend intact. Demand for safe haven gold remains strong and is expected to persist as the situation regarding global economic recovery after lockdown remains uncertain and new waves of virus infections add to concerns and prompt investors into safety. Read more. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price Analysis. Will it be a smooth journey to the all-time high? http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 216573. 2108 GMT. By Rajundal. MSTA. Gold has moved another 0.74% higher to hit a high of $1,818 per troy ounce on Wednesday. The momentum still looks good on the daily chart. Gold daily chart. The daily chart shows an acceleration away from the top of the flag pattern. The price has now broken out of the blue resistance line, which was the previous consolidation high back in 2011 after the price dropped from the all-time high. Both the indicators are looking positive, with the MACD histogram still green and the bars are still increasing in size. The signal lines are also still elevated and they have not had a bearish cross just yet. The relative strength index indicator is in the overbought zone, but in the past, it has stayed there for a while before the price dropped off. Gold monthly chart. The monthly chart highlights the levels that the bulls are targeting in the precious metal. It is also a slightly better angle to see the most recent resistance break. Both the indicators on this time frame also look like showing no signs of slowing down. It is important to remember any blip or wave lower on the daily and intraday charts will not show up too well on this time frame. The key target for the bulls is now the all-time high of USD 1921.07 additional levels. XAU Today last price point 1808.76. Today daily change point 13.31. Today daily change percent point 0.74. Today daily open point 1795.45. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1755.84. Daily SMA 50.1731.64. Daily SMA 100.1682.32. Daily SMA 200.1596.31. Levels. Previous daily high point 1797.4. Previous daily low point 1773.66. Previous weekly high point 1789.28. Previous weekly low point 1757.7. Previous monthly high point 1785.91. Previous monthly low point 1670.76. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. Point 1788.33. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 1782.73. Daily pivot point S 1.1780.27. Daily pivot point S 2.1765.1. Daily pivot point S 3.1756.53. Daily pivot point R 1.1804.01. Daily pivot point R 2.1812.58. Daily pivot point R 3.1827.75. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Your JPY price analysis upside still targets the 122.00 level. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 25B8FF 4 minutes ago. By Pablo Piovano. Your JPY's upside remains limited around the 122.00 zone. If cleared, the next hurdle up emerges at 124.43 YTD tops. June 5. Your JPY is now attempting some consolidation above 121.00, the figure following Monday's failure to advance further north of the interim resistance at the 122.00 yardstick. If the buying interest picks up pace and manages to clear the 122.00 area, then the yearly tops in the 124.4045 band should emerge on the horizon, as long as the 200-day SMA at 119.67 holds the downside. The outlook on the cross is seen as constructive. This contention area is also reinforced by June's lows in the 119.30 region. Your JPY daily chart. Your JPY.overview. Today last price point 121.36. Today daily change point 30. Today daily change percent point 0.12. Today daily open point 121.21. Trends. Daily SMA 20.120.74. Daily SMA 50.119.2. Daily SMA 100.118.88. Daily SMA 200.119.72. Levels. Previous daily high point 121.72. Previous daily low point 121.18. Previous weekly high point 121.48. Previous weekly low point 120.05. Previous monthly high point 124.43. Previous monthly low point 119.32. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. Point 121.39. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. Point 121.52. Daily pivot point S 1.121.03. Daily pivot point S 2.120.84. Daily pivot point S 3.120.49. Daily pivot point R 1.121.56. Daily pivot point R 2.121.91. Daily pivot point R 3.122.09. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News NTV Forex Dollar Index Price Analysis 96.40 looks like a sticky support zone, but it could still give way. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 288128 1903 GMT. By Rajundal, MSTA. The dollar index is trading over 0.5% lower as the greenback struggles on Wednesday. The price is close to a decent support level at the moment and it will take some momentum to push through it. Dollar index 4-hour chart. The dollar has struggled across the board on Wednesday, and being around 60% weighted to EUR USD, the index is trading lower. The US still continues to struggle to get to grips with the COVID-19 pandemic and the numbers are still rising. The chart below shows the extent of the fall, but the price is stalling at 96.38, an old support zone from June 23. If the level does manage to break, the lows on the chart could be the next target. The major support low is holding at 95.71 and is marked by the green horizontal line. Since the price broke the trend line, it has been looking pretty bearish, and now a couple of lower highs and lower lows have been made. The bulls will need some fresh momentum to turn the tide. The indicators are both looking bearish too. The MACD histogram is red and the signal lines are also under the mid-zone. The relative strength index is also heading to the oversold zone and is in very negative shape at the moment. Additional levels. Dollar index spot. Overview. Today last price point 96.45. Today daily change 0.52. Today daily change percent 0.54. Today daily open point 96.97. Trends. Daily SMA 20.97.09. Daily SMA 50.98.22. Daily SMA 100.98.76. Daily SMA 200.98.31. Levels. Previous daily high point 97.16. Previous daily low point 96.6. Previous weekly high point 97.81. Previous weekly low point 96.81. Previous monthly high point 98.24. Previous monthly low point 95.72. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. Point 96.95. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. Point 96.81. Daily pivot point S 1.96.66. Daily pivot point S 2.96.36. Daily pivot point S 3.96.11. Daily pivot point R 1.97.22. Daily pivot point R 2.97.46. Daily pivot point R 3.97.77. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News NTV Forex S&P 500 Index. The price is wrestling with the very important 3158.24 technical level. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 2922A5 1726 GMT. By Rajundal, MSTA. The S&P 500 index is trading 0.30% lower in a very choppy session on Wednesday. The VIX is only marginally lower on the session as traders grapple with the sentiment. S&P 500 4-hour chart. The S&P 500 has had a very choppy session so far but remains 0.30% higher on the session. Looking across the major bourses, only the Dow trades lower in the US but marginally. In Europe, the FTSE and DAX also struggled today. Looking at the chart below, the main feature is the black resistance zone. The circles on the chart show that the zone has been used many times and could be important once again today. If the price closes above the area, it could be a bullish sign and the market could reach the high on the chart of 3231.50. Looking at the indicators, the MACD signal lines are above the midpoint but the histogram is still in the red. A break higher in the histogram would be a good sign for the bulls. The relative strength index has dipped away from the overbought zone. This gives the indicator some space to move higher if the bulls regain control of the market. At the moment the S&P 500 is very much sideways, but a break above 3156.22 and 3184.50 would be a very bullish sign. Additional levels. SP 500. Overview. Today last price. 3158.5. Today daily change 13.00. Today daily change percent 0.41. Today daily open. 3171.5. Trends. Daily SMA 20. 3100.21. Daily SMA 50. 3025.23. Daily SMA 100.28. 98.87. Daily SMA 200. 3029.87. Levels. Previous daily high. 3184.5. Previous daily low. 3149.5. Previous weekly high. 3165. Previous weekly low. 2999.75. Previous monthly high. 3233.25. Previous monthly low. 2936.5. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 3171.13. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 3162.87. Daily pivot point S1. 3152.5. Daily pivot point S2. 3133.5. Daily pivot point S3. 3117.5. Daily pivot point R1. 3187.5. Daily pivot point R2. 3203.5. Daily pivot point R3. 3222.5. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex GBP USD. All about coronavirus. Time for another fall. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 2A9AA0. July 6, 06:35 GMT. By NTV Forex Team. GBP USD extends Friday's recovery gains from 1.2438 amid broad US dollar weakness to 1.2496 as registers 0.13% gains. For the week ahead, after markets cheered the non-farm payrolls, America's coronavirus situation and Brexit talks will likely continue weighing on cable and could turn into another dead cat bounce. NTV Forex's analyst Yohai Elam reports. Key quotes. Chief EU negotiator Michel Barnier and his British counterpart David Frost will meet and try to iron out differences on the EU's demand for a level playing field, keeping EU regulations after the Brexit transition period expires in 2021. In return, Brussels will grant easy access to its single market. Many expect talks to heat up only after the summer and closer to the deadline, so that may have to wait for another week. Investors will examine UK coronavirus cases, which are going in the right direction down. If infections increase due to the current opening, it may take time to see it in the chart. Nevertheless, as long as it falls, sterling will receive support. Americans are celebrating 244 years to the founding of the country in a less than festive atmosphere as COVID-19 rages. Daily figures from Florida, California, Texas, and also smaller states will likely move markets. The ISM non-manufacturing PMI is set to extend its recovery in June, following the footsteps of the manufacturing sector. The publication tends to have greater weight when it is published ahead of the non-farm payrolls, but is of interest also now. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Euro USD accelerates the upside well above 1.1300. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 2B4021. 17 minutes ago. By Pablo Piavano. Euro USD picks up extra pace and reclaims 1.1300 and beyond. Dollar selling gathers further traction and drags DXY to daily lows. ECB's de Guindos showed some optimism regarding growth in the region. Euro USD is advancing further north of the 100-hour SMA 1.1273 and is surpassing the 1.1300 barrier to clinch fresh daily highs near 1.1310. Euro USD bolstered by USD weakness. Euro USD continues to fade Tuesday's retracement and it has currently regained the area beyond 1.1300, the figure on the back of the increasing selling pressure surrounding the buck. In fact, the greenback is navigating the area of daily lows around 96.70 measured by the US dollar index DXY, with losses picking up pace following a positive opening in Wall St. Indeed, investors' preference is now leaning towards the risk complex and seems to leave behind recent fears of the unabated progress of the coronavirus pandemic in the US. Earlier in the session, ECB's Vice President Luis de Guindos expressed some optimism regarding the prospects for economic growth in the region on the back of latest auspicious data releases. What to look for around Euro/USD's advance appears propped up by the better mood in the global markets, in turn sustained by optimism around the ongoing recovery post-pandemic. The constructive view in the euro, in the meantime, stays well and sound and supported by the improvement of key fundamentals in the region amidst the current and massive monetary stimulus by central banks. On top, the solid performance of the region's current account is also adding to the attractiveness of the shared currency Euro/USD levels to watch. At the moment, the pair is gaining 0.47% at 1.1326 and a break above 1.1348 weekly high June 23 would target 1.1422 monthly high June 10 en route to 1.1495 2020 high March 9. On the other hand, immediate contention emerges at 1.1168 monthly low June 19 seconded by 1.1147 high March 27 and finally 1.1043 200-day SMA. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex GBP USD hits 3-week highs above 1.2600 as DXY tumbles. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 2BE065 52 minutes ago. By Matthias Saylor. US dollar tumbles across the board, DXY at weekly lows. GBP USD up for the fourth consecutive day, extends rally from 1.2250. The GBP USD broke to the upside boosted by a broad sell-off of the US dollar. Cable peaked at 1.2601, hitting the highest level since June 16. As of writing, it trades at 1.2595. Gaining for the fourth day in a row after moving sideways in tight ranges during hours. The US dollar broke to the downside, losing ground across the board. The DXY tested earlier the 97.00 area and now it stands below 96.50, at the lowest in 2 weeks. The decline took place even as US yields rebounded. UK Chancellor Rishi Sunak presented the new spending plans, having no significant impact across markets. Later during this week, more details about the lockdown will be provided. Regarding Brexit, no breakthrough in negotiations is seen in the short term, but that scenario appears to be priced in the US. The latest numbers of COVID-19 continue to show a dramatic situation. Wall Street indexes lost strength after Florida's report. The Dow Jones gains just 0.06% and the Nasdaq 0.61%. Both indexes far from the top technical levels to watch. GBP USD. Overview. Today last price point 1.2587. Today daily change 0.0045. Today daily change percent 0.036. Today daily open point 1.2542. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.2486. Daily SMA 50.1.2427. Daily SMA 100.1.2446. Daily SMA 200.1.2695. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.2592. Previous daily low point 1.2463. Previous weekly high point 1.253. Previous weekly low point 1.2252. Previous monthly high point 1.2813. Previous monthly low point 1.2252. Daily Fibonacci 38.2% point 1.2543. Daily Fibonacci 61.8% point 1. 1.2512. Daily pivot point S1.1.2472. Daily pivot point S2.1.2402. Daily pivot point S3.1.2342. Daily pivot point R1.1.2602. Daily pivot point R2.1.2662. Daily pivot point R3.1.2731. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex US Dollar Index Price Analysis. Extra range bound stays in the pipeline. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 2DD396. 1 minutes ago. By Pablo Piavano. DXY's upside remains capped around the 97.90 zone. On the downside, there is strong support near 95.70. DXY regains some ground lost on Monday's sell-off to the mid-96.00s, where decent contention turned up so far. Looking at the broader picture, the consolidated range appears unchanged around the index, which is expected to navigate between 95.70 and 97.90 for the time being. Furthermore, while below the critical 200-day SMA, today at 98.30, the outlook for the dollar is seen as negative. DXY daily chart. Dollar index spot. Overview. Today last price point 97.12. Today daily change 0.55. Today daily change percent 0.035. Today daily open point 96.78. Trends. Daily SMA 20.97.06. Daily SMA 50.98.28. Daily SMA 100.98.79. Daily SMA 200.98.32. Levels. Previous daily high point 97.18. Previous daily low point 96.57. Previous weekly high point 97.81. Previous weekly low point 96.81. Previous monthly high point 98.24. Previous monthly low point 95.72. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 96.8. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 96.94. Daily pivot point S1.96.51. Daily pivot point S2.96.23. Daily pivot point S3.95.9. Daily pivot point R1.97.11. Daily pivot point R2.97.45. Daily pivot point R3.97.72. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex. Forex today. Dollar licking its wounds. Gold holds high as economic optimism battles coronavirus fears. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 304D53. 0546 GMT. By Yohai Elam. Here is what you need to know on Tuesday, July 7. Markets have stabilized and the US dollar is attempting recovery after a risk on Monday, fueled by China's stock market surge and lower US coronavirus concerns. A mix of figures and COVID-19 statistics are set to rock markets' risk on Monday. Chinese state media touted a bullish stock market triggering a rally and a surge in searches for opening equity accounts. Alongside upbeat figures from the world's second-largest economy, optimism sent global stocks higher and the safe haven dollar lower. Gold has been able to advance despite the risk on mood and has consolidated above $1,780. It may be well positioned to continue higher. US coronavirus figures for the Sunday were relatively low, the well-known weekend effect, but investors ignored it and sent shares higher for the fifth consecutive day. The daily number of new infections dipped below 50,000 and deaths slipped under 300. Anthony Fauci, America's leading epidemiologist, warned that the US is still knee-deep in the first wave and that the situation is not good. New statistics due out from Florida, California, and Texas are eyed. The US's non-manufacturing purchasing managers index shot higher to 57.1, smashing expectations and reflecting optimism in the services sector as of early June. Most components leaped, but the employment one remained below 50, reflecting contraction. The JOLTS job openings figures for May are due out on Tuesday. Despite the late publication, the Federal Reserve is eyeing the data. Raphael Bostic, president of the Atlanta branch of the Federal Reserve, told the FT that the U.S. recovery may be leveling off. His colleague Randall Quarles will speak later on Tuesday. Melbourne has been put under a strict 6-week lockdown, weighing on the Australian dollar. AUD/USD is retreating from the 0.70 mark. The Reserve Bank of Australia left interest rates unchanged at 0.25% as expected and did not release any hints about future policy. GBP/USD is holding above 1.25 ahead of a public appearance by Rishi Sunak, Chancellor of the Exchequer. He will speak with MPs ahead of unveiling new stimulus. Details of green investment have been unfavourable in comparison to several European countries' parallel plans. Brexit talks continue. EUR/USD is trading above 1.13 after reaching the highest in nearly 2 weeks. The focus remains on the ambitious EU Recovery Fund, which has yet to be approved. USD/JPY is steady above 107 as cases in Tokyo continue climbing, but the government is not considering new steps. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro has been taken to a lung examination after reportedly suffering from fever and was seen wearing a face cover. Bolsonaro previously dismissed COVID-19. USD/BRL is trading above 5.30. Coronavirus deaths surpassed the 20,000 mark. India and cases stand above 700,000. USD/INR is edging up toward 75. Cryptocurrencies moved up on Monday, with Bitcoin trading above $9,200. More if the US presidential election were today, but it's not. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold $1,800 proves to be a strong resistance. TDS.http www.ntvforex.com News ID 317CE5 1344 GMT. By NTV Forex Team. Gold is oscillating around the $1,785 level and remains on the cusp for a breakout above the $1,800 mark, which is proving to be a tough barrier, but that should be surpassed due to higher inflation expectations, strategists at TD Securities apprise. Key quotes. Gold continues to trade on the cusp of a breakout above the $1,800 ounce level but has failed to do so just yet. With a slight risk-off tone to start the morning, and with the increase in inflation expectations pausing in line with risk appetite, the level has proved to offer fairly strong resistance. Despite the short-term noise, we believe gold is the midst of a regime shift, transitioning from trading as a safe haven asset to an inflation hedge product. Long-term inflation expectations are rising in sync with risk-on behavior, while rates vol remains deeply constrained amid uber-supportive policy, fueling a process that weighs on real yields. With 10Y break-evens continuing to print new post-COVID highs, the normalization in inflation expectations may remain a powerful driver lifting gold prices deeper into $1,800 ounce territory. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex EUR/USD climbs to fresh 2-day tops near the 1.1300 mark. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 31E5E0 July 6, 0534 GMT. By Pablo Piovano. EUR/USD adds to Friday's gains and approaches the 1.1300 mark. German factory orders, EMU's retail sales, Centix index next on tap. ISM non-manufacturing, market S services composite PMI in the US docket. The single currency is extending the upbeat momentum at the beginning of the week and pushes EUR/USD to fresh 2-day highs in the boundaries of 1.13. The figure EUR/USD looks to data, risk trends. EUR/USD is up for the second session in a row on Monday, always. Against the backdrop of the improved optimism among market participants and the persistent offered bias surrounding the buck indeed, the relentless progress in the reopening of economies around the world plus the strong rebound in fundamentals in Euroland appear to support the idea that the worst of the coronavirus pandemic is already behind us and keep bolstering the upbeat sentiment later in the Euro docket. German factory orders and construction PMI are due in first turn, seconded by the Centix index and retail sales in the broader Euro bloc. Across the pond, the key ISM non-manufacturing will grab all the attention, seconded by the final print of the services composite PMIs tracked by market. What to look for around Euro USD's advance appears propped up by the better mood in the global markets, in turn sustained by optimism around the ongoing recovery post-pandemic. The constructive view in the euro, in the meantime, stays well and sound and supported by the improvement of key fundamentals in the region amidst the current and massive monetary stimulus by central banks. On top, the solid performance of the region's current account is also adding to the attractiveness of the shared currency Euro USD levels to watch. At the moment, the pair is gaining 0.40% at 1.1289 and a break above 1.1348 weekly high June 23 would target 1.1422 monthly high June 10 en route to 1.1495 2020 high March 9. On the other hand, immediate contention emerges at 1.1168 monthly low June 19 seconded by 1.1147 high March 27 and finally 1.1039 200-day SMA. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Today mixed trade in absence of market moving news. DXY on the back foot. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 32D4FC 1 minutes ago. By Ross J. Berland. Here is what you need to know on Thursday, July 9. Markets were mixed, with stocks making a comeback from a beaten down day on Wednesday as investors keep the faith in the vaccine race and the ability for economies to struggle through the coronavirus malaise. U.S. cases of COVID-19 surpassed 3 million overnight, while a Reuters tally estimates that global coronavirus cases rise to more than 12 million. U.S. Fauci said Phase 3 vaccine trials may begin at end July, and that he is cautiously optimistic for a vaccine by year-end. We hate a flurry of Fed speakers as well, with Fed's Bostic reiterating that the infection spikes are clouding the reopening outlook, but broad shutdown isn't expected. St. Louis Federal Reserve President James Bullard remains optimistic. Besides COVID-19 cases, Eric Rosengren, President and CEO of Boston, said that the U.S. economy expected to remain weaker than many hoped through summer, autumn. Meanwhile, from across the pond, the UK Chancellor Rishi Sunak delivered his plans to help support the economy as it emerges from the lockdown. The measures were widely leaked beforehand and were small in size relative to the downturn, so the market reaction was limited. Germany's Merkel says we should prepare for the possibility of not reaching Brexit deal with the UK. In other themes, US-China tensions continue to boil on the back burners, but US Kudlow was optimistic that the trade deal is not dead. The Hong Kong dollar peg noise fizzled out in, regarded as unrealistic that the US would carry out a break of the peg to punish China. FX movers. USD. The US dollar was pressured to test below a critical support line in the DXY dollar index. Selling has also been reinforced by this week's so-called death cross, with the 50-day moving average having crossed below the falling 200 DMA dollar index. Price analysis 96.40 looks like a sticky support zone, but it could still give way. CAD. The determination of its safe haven bid was feeding through into commodity FX, with the CAD getting the biggest boost, despite the deficit figures out of Canada, boosted by sturdy oil prices. USD CAD fell below its 200-day MA at 1.3499. Reuters reported that Canada's budget deficit is now forecast to hit $343.2 billion, Cordoba's $253.4 billion, the largest shortfall since the Second World War, amid record emergency aid spending in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Canada's Finance Department said Wednesday. USD CAD price analysis. The pair is about to test the key support zone of 1.3485. GBP. The pound was able to benefit from Brexit hopes of a compromise and by British Finance Minister Rishi Sunak's recovery plan. Investors were able to simply shrug off Merkel's Brexit gloom. The sterling bulls pierced 1.260 and now I-200 DMA resistance ahead of 1.2700. Euro GBP stuck to a wed range 0.9010-0.8978, with dollar-based moves. The recent cross weakness has aided GBP ascent vs USD and other major currencies. GBP USD forecast extends gains above 1.2600. Ignoring Brexit talks. AUD USD was able to capitalize on the upbeat risk tones. The currency started out in a chop in the European morning before moving higher to 0.6940 as stocks AMP commodities were bought. The AUD USD technicals are bullish with the 10 AMP 21 DMAs lending support. AUD USD forecast Aussie benefits from better market mood, remains capped by 0.7 thousand. Euro bulls were in charge from a low in the 1.260s until a high of 1.1351. The pair SNO needs to hold above the 61.8% Fibo of the pullback from June's high at 1.1325 and the 200-week moving average at 1.1335 on a daily and weekly basis. Bulls will then look to June's 1.14225 high ahead of March's peak and a Fibo target by 1.1500. Euro USD forecast picks up pace. ICE 2020 highs. Gold traded above $1,800 to $1,818 the high. Flight for safety will continue to drive gold prices higher. WTI crude oil is trading between the $40.41 level following bearish crude oil inventory figures. EIA data suggested a stronger than expected inventory buildup in the U.S. Oil inventories increased by 5.7 mbbl, against an expected 3.11 mbbl. Cryptocurrencies are edging up, with Bitcoin trading at a high of 94.75. The economic calendar features China CPI for June. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex USD CAD refreshes 8-day bottom below 1.3600 as US dollar marks broad weakness. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 344,000. July 6, 05:16 GMT. By Anil Panchal. USD CAD stays depressed for the third day in a row. Canadian PM Trudeau's rejection of the White House invitation failed to weaken the loonie risk on markets. U.S. coronavirus conditions and expectations of further stimulus cut the greenback's safe haven demand. U.S.ism non-manufacturing PMI, BOC Business Outlook Survey will be in focus. USD CAD stays pressured near 1.353540, down 0.07% during the pre-European session on Monday. The loonie pair recently dropped to the lowest since June 24 as the US dollar remains pressured amid broad risk on sentiment as well as surge in the coronavirus COVID-19 cases in the world's largest economy. Also exerting downside pressure on the quote could be Canadian PM Justin Trudeau's rejection of this week's trilateral meeting with Mexico and America. After initially keeping mum about the key trade talks, Canadian PM rejected the White House invitation to discuss future trade ties with the U.S. and Mexico. The Trump administration and Mexican diplomats earlier signaled talks on the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement USMCA, but Ottawa kept silent and stepped back afterward. The news increases doubts on the much-championed trade deal by U.S. President Donald Trump, which in turn plays negative for the Republican leader's presidential election. Elsewhere, the U.S. continues to publish record-high COVID-19 figures, with situations in Texas and Florida getting worse day by day. The updates not only stops the economic restart plans but also cite the Trump administration's failure to tame the pandemic. Even so, President Trump tweeted to signal the increase in testing as the reason behind the surge in the virus figures. It should also be noted that the market's risk on mood adds to the USD's weakness. The upbeat sentiment could be witnessed in the mild gains of S&P 500 futures, U.S. 10-year Treasury yields and the Asia-Pacific shares. Other than the U.S. dollar weakness, WTI's strength also favors the Canadian dollar's strength. The oil benchmark registers 0.5% gains while taking the bids around $40.50 by the press time. Looking forward, risk catalysts will be closely observed before the U.S.-Canada market open. Following that, the U.S.ism non-manufacturing PMI, expected 49.5 versus 45.4 prior, will be the key. Additionally, the Bank of Canada's BOC quarterly business outlook survey could also direct the pair's near-term moves. Technical analysis. The pair's sustained trading below 21-day SMA, also extending the last week's break of an ascending trend line from June 10, direct USD CAD to 200-day SMA level near 1.3500. Though, the quote's further weakness is less likely. Meanwhile, the support-turned-resistance line, at 1.3655 now, will probe buyers past 21-day SMA level of 1.3565. Additional info around levels. Overview. Today last price point 1.3538. Today daily change 10 pips. Today daily change percent 0.07%. Today daily open point 1.3548. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.3565. Daily SMA 50.1.3762. Daily SMA 100.1.3811. Daily SMA 200.1.3496. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.3582. Previous daily low point 1.3545. Previous weekly high point 1.3705. Previous weekly low point 1.3545. Previous monthly high point 1.3802. Previous monthly low point 1.3316. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. Point 1.3559. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. Point 1.3568. Daily pivot point S 1.1.3535. Daily pivot point S 2.1.3522. Daily pivot point S 3.1.3498. Daily pivot point R 1.1.3572. Daily pivot point R 2.1.3595. Daily pivot point R 3.1.3609. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Euro USD 3 reasons to extend the decline. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 376428. 17 minutes ago. By NTV Forex team. Euro USD's upward path may be in jeopardy, at least for now, as the currency pair has 3 reasons curbing Chinese enthusiasm, weaker Eurozone figures and concerns about US coronavirus cases to extend its downward correction, according to NTV Forex's analyst Yohai Elam. Key quotes. Monday's primary market drive came from China, where state media touted a bullish stock market to follow up the recovery. Trading volumes hit the highest since 2015, but that year's rally eventually ended in a burst bubble. Perhaps aware of the dangers of pumping up valuations, all 4 of China's major state-owned financial outlets called for investors and speculators to be rational, weighing on stocks. That is allowing the dollar to recover. Germany's economy is rebounding but less than expected. Industrial output rose by 7.8% in May, weaker than expected. Tuesday's publication follows Monday's disappointing factory orders figure, which advanced by only 10.4%. While these increases are massive in absolute terms, they follow plunges in April and March. The Sensex investor confidence also recovered to 18.2 points, but that still reflects deep pessimism. U.S. investors clung on to encouraging U.S. COVID-19 statistics, showing fewer than 50,000 new cases and a drop in deaths below 300. However, it is essential to note that reports coming out on Monday suffer from the weekend effect. The past weekend has been longer and administrative work may be catching up on Tuesday. Reports from Florida, California, and Texas may dampen the mood and boost the greenback. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex USD JPY market stays away from the greenback. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 3B601D. July 6, 11:06 GMT. By NTV Forex team. The USD JPY pair trades marginally higher for the day, ranging around the 107.50 Fibonacci level as optimism on economic growth is leading the markets today, NTV Forex's chief analyst Valeria Bednarik reports. Key quotes. Safe haven assets are under pressure, with the dollar being the worst performer, although adding some ground against the Japanese yen. There was no particular catalyst behind the upbeat mood, but optimism from Chinese authorities about an economic rebound, given the latest macroeconomic figures. The continuation of the ongoing upbeat sentiment will depend on U.S. data to be out later today. The country will publish today the official ISM non-manufacturing PMI, foreseen in June at 50 from 45.4 in the previous month. A neutral stance persists in the short term and according to the 4-hour chart, although the bearish potential seems limited. The USD-JPY pair is battling with a directionless 200 SMA, while above the shorter ones. Technical indicators, in the meantime, head nowhere just above their midlines. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex USD CAD off 2-week lows, still on the defensive below mid 1.3500s. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 3F932B. July 6, 0914 GMT. By Haresh Menghani. USD CAD remained depressed amid sustained selling around the USD. The upbeat market mood dented demand for the safe haven greenback. Concerns about rising coronavirus cases helped limit any further losses. The USD CAD pair quickly reversed an early European session dip to near 2-week lows and was last seen trading in the neutral territory, just below mid 1.3500s. The pair edged lower through the early part of trading action on the first day of the weekend. Was being pressured by the emergence of some renewed selling around the US dollar. The incoming positive economic data continued fueling optimism about a sharp V-shaped global economic recovery. This, in turn, remained supportive of the upbeat market mood and weighed on the safe haven greenback. However, worries that a continuous surge in coronavirus cases could put the brakes on economic activity once again held investors from taking excessive risk. Apart from this, concerns that renewed lockdown measures could curb oil demand undermined the commodity-linked currency the loonie and helped limit any deeper losses for the USD-CAD pair. At least for the time being, the pair has now managed to rebound around 25 pips from daily lows, though any subsequent move up is likely to confront stiff resistance near the 1.3600 mark. This makes it prudent to wait for some strong follow-through buying before traders start positioning for any further near-term appreciating move. Market participants now look forward to the U.S. economic docket, highlighting the release of ISM non-manufacturing PMI. The data might influence the USD price dynamics, which coupled with sentiment surrounding the oil markets might produce some meaningful trading opportunities. Technical levels to watch. USD CAD. Overview. Today last price point 1.3542. Today daily change 0.0006. Today daily change percent 0.04. Today daily open point 1.3548. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.3565. Daily SMA 50.1.3762. Daily SMA 100.1.3811. Daily SMA 200.1.3496. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.3582. Previous daily low point 1.3545. Previous weekly high point 1.3705. Previous weekly low point 1.3545. Previous monthly high point 1.3802. Previous monthly low point 1.3316. Daily Fibonacci 38.2% point 1.3559. Daily Fibonacci 61.8% point 1.3568. Daily pivot point S 1.1.3535. Daily pivot point S 2.1.3522. Daily pivot point S 3.1.3498. Daily pivot point R 1.1.3572. Daily pivot point R 2.1.3595. Daily pivot point R 3.1.3609. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Pound Sterling Price News and Forecast. GBP USD Bulls likely to target 1.2600. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 428C08. July 6, 10:28 GMT. By NTV Forex Team. GBP USD Outlook. Bulls struggle at 1.25 zone despite strong UK construction PMI data beat. Fresh strength probed above 1.2500 barrier and hit session high at 1.2509, but gains were so far short-lived as the pair pulled back to 1.2470 zone. Despite upbeat UK June construction PMI data. June 55.3 vs 47 FC, the highest since July 2018. Today's action marks the second probe through south heading 20 DMA 1.2493, which marks solid barrier. Repeated failure to break higher would keep the downside vulnerable, as momentum remains in negative territory and stochastic is about to reverse from overbought zone. We look for initial direction signals on break of pivotal points, provided by 100 DMA 1.2447 and 20 DMA 1.2494. Close below 100 DMA would soften near-term tone and risk attack at lower pivots at 1.2430. 2310 DMA Fibo 38.2% of 1.2251 1.2529, break of which would confirm reversal. Conversely, close above 20 DMA would inflate bulls, which would look for extension above 1.2530. Last Thursday's high 50% retracement of 1.2813 1.2251 descend to signal continuation. Read more. GBP USD forecast. Bulls likely to target 1.2600 as focus shifts to Brexit talks in London. The GBP USD pair reversed an intraday dip to the 1.244035 region and ended the day with modest gains on the last trading day of the week. The pair extended the previous day's intraday retracement slide from weekly tops and remained on the defensive amid doubts about the possibility of reaching an agreement before the end of the transition period in December 2020. Especially after the UK and EU delayed a meeting scheduled on Friday due to the divergences between the two parties. On the economic data front, the UK services PMI was revised higher to 47.1 from the preliminary reading of 47, albeit failed to impress bullish traders. However, growing optimism about a sharp V-shaped global economic recovery continued undermining the US dollar's safe haven status and helped limit any deeper losses, rather assisted the pair to attract some dip buying. The pair bounced around 50 pips from daily lows and the uptick remained unaffected by concerns over a continuous surge in coronavirus cases. The upbeat market mood remained supportive of the uptick through the Asian session on Monday. Bulls now seem to make a fresh attempt to build on the momentum beyond the key 1.2500 psychological mark as the focus now shifts to another round of the key Brexit talks in London. Read more. GBP USD bulls still await a sustained move beyond 1.2500 mark. The GBP USD pair maintained its bid tone through the early part of the European trading action, with bulls still awaiting a sustained move beyond the key 1.2500 psychological mark. The pair built on Friday's intraday positive move of around 50 pips and gained some follow-through traction on the first day of a new trading week. The uptick was exclusively sponsored by sustained selling around the US dollar, which remained depressed and failed to gain any respite from a goodish pickup in the US Treasury bond yields. Read more. GBP USD. Overview. Today last price point 1.2497. Today daily change 0.0015. Today daily change percent 0.12. Today daily open point 1.2482. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1.2507. Daily SMA 50.1.2423. Daily SMA 100.1.2456. Daily SMA 200.1.2692. Levels. Previous daily high point 1.2494. Previous daily low point 1.2438. Previous weekly high point 1.253. Previous weekly low point 1.2252. Previous monthly high point 1.2813. Previous monthly low point 1.2252. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 1.2472. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 1.2459. Daily pivot point S 1.1.2449. Daily pivot point S 2.1.2416. Daily pivot point S 3.1.2393. Daily pivot point R 1.1.2504. Daily pivot point R 2.1.2527. Daily pivot point R 3.1.256. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex WTI hits fresh 2-week highs above $41 mark amid tighter supplies. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 4415EC. July 6, 0907 GMT. By Dwani Mehta. Risk on sentiment. Tighter oil supplies boost oil dollar weakness on economic recovery hopes also support focus USism services data and weekly supply reports. WTI August futures on NYMEX briefly regained the $41 barrier for the first time since June 23, although the bulls failed to resist above that level at the press time. The US oil rises 0.60% to trade at 40.88, consolidating the latest uptick before the next push higher. The prices derive support from tighter global oil supplies, in light of last week's draw in the U.S. crude inventories and falling OPEC output levels. The OPEC's oil production fell to its lowest in decades, as its members adhere to the OPEC oil output cuts deal for the third straight month in July. Further, expectations of a quicker global economic rebound, amid improving manufacturing activity in China, Euro area, and the U.S., revive optimism over the oil demand growth outlook and thus render oil positive. Meanwhile, broad US dollar weakness amid the upbeat market mood also underpins the USD-sensitive oil. Despite the upbeat tone around the black gold, the bulls remain wary following Kuwait's oil ministry's comments that oil production resumed early July at the Wafra oil field. The oil is co-owned by Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and the production restarted after a 5-year halt, the ministry added. Looking ahead, the overall market sentiment and the U.S. weekly crude supplies data remain the main catalysts for the next direction in oil prices. WTI technical levels to watch. A clear break beyond $41 will quickly piece the June month top surrounding $41.60 to aim for February lows close to $44. Meanwhile, a $39.90 mark comprising Friday's low and June 29 top can question the black gold's short-term losses ahead of the key $38.95 90 support confluence, including 21-day SMA and an ascending support line from May 28. NTV Forex's analyst Anil Panchal noted WTI additional levels. WTI.overview. Today last price point 40.87. Today daily change point 0.58. Today daily change percent point 1.44. Today daily open point 40.34. Trends. Daily SMA 20.38.87. Daily SMA 50.32.94. Daily SMA 100.33.39. Daily SMA 200.44.97. Levels. Previous daily high point 40.54. Previous daily low 39.9. Previous weekly high point 40.8. Previous weekly low 37.6. Previous monthly high point 41.65. Previous monthly low 34.45. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 40.3. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 40.15. Daily pivot point S1.39. 98. Daily pivot point S2.39.62. Daily pivot point S3.39.34. Daily pivot point R1.40.62. Daily pivot point R2.40.9. Daily pivot point R3.41.26. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex. When is the US ISM non-manufacturing PMI and how could it affect Euro USD? http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 46AD25. July 6, 12:58 GMT. By Haresh Menghani. US ISM Non-Manufacturing PMI Overview. The Institute of Supply Management ISM will release the Non-Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index PMI, also known as the ISM Services PMI, at 14:00 GMT this Wednesday. The gauge is expected to move back into the expansion territory and come in at 50.1 for June as compared to the previous month's reading of 45.4. How could it affect Euro USD? A surprisingly stronger than expected print will reinforce market expectations that the worst of the coronavirus pandemic is behind us and further fuel hopes of a sharp V-shaped global economic recovery. This, in turn, might provide an additional boost to the already stronger global risk sentiment and continue exerting downward pressure on the safe haven US dollar. Meanwhile, a softer than expected reading seems unlikely to provide any meaningful respite to the USD bulls. Nevertheless, the Euro-USD pair seems all set to build on its intraday positive move to near 2-week tops levels beyond the 1.1300 round figure mark. Meanwhile, Yohai Elam, NTV Forex's own analyst, offered important technical levels to trade the Euro-USD pair above 1.13. The next line to watch is the double top of 1.1350, last seen in late June. It is followed by 1.1385 and 1.1410. Support awaits at 1.1265, a swing high from late June, followed by 1.1225, a support line from late last week. Further down, 1.1180 and 1.1165 await Euro USD. Key notes: US ISM non-manufacturing PMI June preview measuring the second wave impact. Euro USD forecast attacking resistance, break or bounce. Technicals are bullish, fundamentals are tied. Euro USD price analysis upside now looks to the 1.1350 zone. About the US ISM non-manufacturing PMI. The ISM non-manufacturing index released by the Institute for Supply Management ISM shows business conditions in the US non-manufacturing sector. It is worth noting that services constitute the largest sector of the US economy and result above 50 should be seen as supportive for the USD. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex EBS stock price. Emergent Biosolutions Inc. jumps above $94 amid COVID-19 protective drug development. http www.ntvforex.com. News ID 48108B. 13:59 GMT. By Yohai Elam. NYSE EBS has kicked off trading by jumping over 5% to above $94. Emergent Biosolutions Incorporated is collaborating with Mount Sinai Hospital on a coronavirus drug. Plasma-derived medication could help protest healthcare workers. NYSE EBS is on the rise after the Wall Street Journal revealed that the prestigious Mount Sinai Hospital in New York will be collaborating with Emergent Biosolutions Incorporated on a drug that can help protect against coronavirus. The Rockville, Maryland-based company is working on a medication derived from blood plasma taken from recovered COVID-19 patients that can prevent infections among healthcare workers. Doctors, nurses, and sanitary staff are at the forefront of battling the deadly disease with a disproportional caseload among them. Results from the tests are due out shortly, according to the WSJ. Emergent Biosolutions is a company that focuses on developing vaccines, including antibody therapeutics and also medication aimed at opioid overdoses. EBS stock forecast. NYSE EBS's value is nearing $5 billion, topping the previous peak in May. The current pricing exceeds the previous 52-week high of $93.58, and bullish investors may now have the round $100 in sight. Emergent Biosolutions has gone a long way from its 52-week low of $39.11. Potential support lines are at $89.52, the mid-May peak, and then at $76.10, the base it stood at before the recent rise. Broader stock markets are also on the rise, partially inspired by hopes for a COVID-19 cure or vaccination. U.S. coronavirus figures are due out during the day and they may be dire. Wednesday's previously saw worrying increases. While that may weigh on the S&P 500 as a whole, it could benefit NICEBS and other companies engaged in an effort to battle the illness. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex S&P 500 Index Sellers Return with Risk Off on U.S. States Coronavirus Flare-Ups. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 50766C 1540 GMT. By Dwani Mehta. The U.S. benchmark, the S&P 500 futures wiped out the opening gains and turned negative, as the sellers took control on a break below 3,150 amid souring risk sentiment. With the worrisome coronavirus stats trickling in from across the U.S. states, the appetite for risk assets took a hit, dragging the S&P 500 stocks to fresh session lows of 3,126. At the press time, the index has recovered to 3,135, modestly flat on the day. Arizona case count rose to 3,520 on Wednesday versus Tuesday's 3,352 tally, reporting a rise of 3.4%, while the ICU utilization is up to 91% from 90% seen a day before. The virus cases in Florida grew 4.7% versus 7-day average of 5.0%. The index now consolidates the drop, as immediate downside now remains capped at Monday's low of 3,121, below which the 10-DMA support at 3,100 will be tested. To the upside, 3,169 daily classic R1 will challenge the bull's commitment and route the 3,200 level S&P 500 chart. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex U.S. budget deficit was $2.7 trillion in the first 9 months of fiscal year 2020. CBO. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 520BC0 57 minutes ago. By Anil Panchal. As per the latest estimates from the U.S. Congressional Budget Office CBO, published during the early Thursday morning in Asia, the federal budget deficit in June 2020 was $863 billion, compared with a deficit of $8 billion in the same month last year. The report also says that the increase stems from the economic disruption caused by the 2020 coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic and from the federal government's response to it, including actions by the administration and the enactment of 4 pieces of legislation. It was additionally mentioned that the federal budget deficit was $2.7 trillion in the first 9 months of the fiscal year 2020, CBO estimates, a $2.0 trillion more than the deficit recorded during the same period last year. Revenues were 13% lower and outlays were 49% higher through June 2020 than during the same 9-month period in the fiscal year 2019. As per the update, the CBO estimates that receipts in June totaled $242 billion, $92 billion or 28% less than those in June 2019. FX implications. The news becomes a US dollar negative announcement and could exert additional downside pressure on the greenback. That said, the US dollar index DXY dropped to the lowest since June 23 while taking rounds to 96.50 by the press time. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold Price Analysis. Next 3 technical bullish targets after breaking $1,800 confluence detector. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 53CF6F 22 minutes ago. By Yohai Elam. Gold has finally broken above $1,800 and continues its gradual journey higher, buoyed by central banks and coronavirus concerns. How is XAU-USD positioned on the technical charts? The technical confluences indicator is showing that the next upside target is $1,806, which is where the pivot point 1-week resistance 2 hits the price. Soft resistance is at $1,812, which is where the PP 1-day awaits. The next targets are more significant and are also marked by pivot points. The powerful PP 1-month R1 awaits at $1,821, and it is followed by the PP 1-week R3 at $1,823. Some support is at $1,797, which is the convergence of the previous daily high, the simple moving average 51H, and the Bollinger Band 15 minutes middle. The next cushion is at $1,789, which is the confluence of the SMA 10-4H, the previous weekly high, the Fibonacci 38.2% 1-day, and the SMA 51H. Here is how it looks on the tool. Confluence detector. The confluence detector finds exciting opportunities using technical confluences. The TC is a tool to locate and point out those price levels where there is a congestion of indicators, moving averages, Fibonacci levels, pivot points, etc. Knowing where these congestion points are located is very useful for the trader, and can be used as a basis for different strategies. This tool assigns a certain amount of weight to each indicator, and this weight can influence adjacent price levels. These weightings mean that one price level without any indicator or moving average but under the influence of two strongly weighted levels accumulate more resistance than their neighbors. In these cases, the tool signals resistance in apparently empty areas. Learn more about technical confluence. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex EUR JPY climbs to multi-day highs near 121.60. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 542D11. July 6, 10:38 GMT. By Pablo Piavano. EUR JPY attempts to break above the consolidative range. The daily bullish move run out of steam in the 121.60 region. USism non-manufacturing next of relevance in the NA session. The better mood in the risk complex gives extra wings to the single currency and pushes EUR JPY to the area of multi-day peaks in the 121.6065 band on Monday. EUR JPY focused on risk trends. Data. EUR JPY is adding to Friday's positive session and regains the 121.00 mark and above. Always sustained by the continuation of the upbeat sentiment in the riskier assets despite the coronavirus pandemic stays far from abated. In fact, extra support for the shared currency comes after recent positive results in fundamentals of the broader Euroland hinted at the likeliness of a V-shaped recovery, relegating to some extent jitters following fresh COVID-19 outbreaks in the docket. Investors' confidence in the Euro bloc tracked by the Centix index improved to 18.2, although still navigates the negative territory. Earlier, retail sales in the region expanded more than expected and German factory orders showed a stark rebound in May, although the reading came in below consensus later in the NA session. All the attention is expected to be on the ISM non-manufacturing seconded by the final print of Market S Services PMI for the month of June. EUR JPY relevant levels. At the moment the cross is gaining 0.51% at 121.53 and faces the next hurdle at 122.11 high June 16 seconded by 122.87 monthly low June 16 end. Then 124.43 2020 high June 5. On the other hand, a drop below 119.64 200-day SMA would expose 119.31 monthly low June 22 and then 118.81 100-day SMA. Some correction in the cross is not ruled out in the very near term as per overbought conditions in the hourly chart. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Wirecard stock price WDI keeps the range-bound trade around 3.00. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 5600F6 9 minutes ago. By Pablo Piavano. Wirecard AG remains under pressure near the 3.00 mark. The all-time low just above 1.00 emerges as the next support. Munich-based fintech Wirecard AG ETRWDI keeps the negative outlook unchanged and is prolonging the sideline theme around the 3.00 yardstick. On Wednesday, it is worth recalling that following the fraud scandal and subsequent filing for insolvency, share prices of Wirecard ETRWDI literally melted since mid-June from the 105.00 neighborhood to levels just above the 1.00 area in late June. In the meantime, and according to the fintech's appointed administrator, there are over 100 of potential buyers of some parts of the payments firm. It is worth recalling that WDI became the first ever DAX company to file for insolvency and that the financial scandal exposed debt to creditors exceeding 4 billion. WDI stock quote. At the moment, WDI is losing 6.60% at 2.91 and faces immediate support at the all-time low at 1.76 June 26. On the upside, a break above 9.19 weekly high June 30 would expose 19.80 weekly high June 24 and then 71.72 55-day SMA. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Forex News. NTV Forex Gold jumps back closer to multi-year tops, around $1,785.87 region. http www.ntvforex.com News ID 564E61. July 6, 14:27 GMT. By Haresh Menghani. Gold gained some strong positive traction on Monday amid some aggressive USD selling. Upbeat USism non-manufacturing PMI did little to provide any respite to the USD bulls. The upbeat market mood might turn out to be the only factor capping gains for the metal bulls. Now wait for some follow-through strength beyond the key $1,800 psychological mark. Gold edged higher through the early North American session and has now moved well within the striking distance of multi-year tops set last Wednesday. The precious metal built on last week's rebound from the $1,757.58 region and gained some strong follow-through traction on the first day of a new trading week. The momentum was exclusively sponsored by the heavily offered tone surrounding the US dollar, which tends to underpin demand for the dollar-denominated commodity. The greenback added to its recent losses and failed to gain any respite from a goodish pickup in the US Treasury bond yields. Even Monday's release of stronger-than-expected USism non-manufacturing PMI, which jumped to 57.1 in June as against a rise to 50.1 expected from 45.4 previous, did little to impress the USD bulls. The commodity was further supported by concerns that the ever-increasing coronavirus cases could trigger renewed lockdown measures. Adding to this, possibilities of some short-term trading stops being trigger above the $1,778.80 region further seemed to have collaborated to the metal's uptick over the past hour or so. However, the upbeat market mood supported by hopes of a sharp V-shaped global economic recovery might keep a lid on any further gains for the precious metal. Nevertheless, bulls might still aim for a move towards the ambitious $1,800 ounce target, above which the commodity is more likely to extend the upward trajectory. Technical levels to watch. XAUUSD. Overview. Today last price $1782.24. Today daily change 0.6.05. Today daily change percent 0.0.34. Today daily open 1776.19. Trends. Daily SMA 20.1747.5. Daily SMA 50.1728.5. Daily SMA 100.1678.16. Daily SMA 200.1593.25. Levels. Previous daily high 1777.21. Previous daily low 1772.76. Previous weekly high 1789.28. Previous weekly low 1757.7. Previous monthly high 1785.91. Previous monthly low 1670.76. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 1775.51. Daily Fibonacci Fibonacci 61.8%. 1774.46. Daily pivot point S1.1773.56. Daily pivot point S2.1770.94. Daily pivot point S3.1769.11. Daily pivot point R1.1778.01. Daily pivot point R2.1779.84. Daily pivot point R3.1782.46. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Hi, I am Anna. I come from